have no idea if anyone is going to take this opportunity and jump on, but I'm a woman of my word. I wanted to just sit back. I've made a New Year's resolution with Spirit. I just said, I am of service to you. And if I show up in the world, if I just show up, I'm sure you will line me up with who needs to hear your message, who needs a little bit of maybe a good listening ear, a little bit of insight, whatever. So here I am. And I do have a couple of topics that I want to talk about because as I don't know whether many of you know, obviously this is what I do for a business and I've been doing it for 30 odd years. So I've had a lot of conversations. I've experienced a lot myself personally. So, yeah, that's where all my information comes from, either real life experience or my clients. So I can see some of you jumping on, so make sure. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. It's probably a work day for most people here in Oz. Don't know what time it is overseas, but cheers and good morning. Keeping up with my New Year's health kick. So yeah. Good morning, Kylie. How are ya? So, like I just said, I don't know when you guys jumped on or whatever. I set the intention this year. I just said, Spirit, I'm tired of the hustle. I'm tired of the grind. I fully believe in the law of attraction. Like attracts like, always. And I really believe in intuitive business as well. So I really did a really big thing, probably a couple of days before the new year, and I just surrendered everything over to Source. I just surrendered it all over. I said, I created some type of balance in my life. So I can keep a well-maintained balance so I don't forget myself in the process like I have over the last 100 years. But, yeah, I just said, I'm just going to turn up. I'm just going to show up. I'll record the morning messages, put it out there. Whoever is meant to see it will see it, and everything else will be a beautiful byproduct of that. So, yeah, good morning. Oh, hey, Bev, how are you? So, good morning. Come and have some brekkie with me. I will pull some cards shortly. I'll just have quickly something to eat. But I hope you're having a great new year. Have you guys set any resolutions? Have you guys got any goals for this year? Maybe it's to achieve something. Maybe it's to feel a certain way. You know, the people that I'm talking to at the moment are still sort of going through their own energetic cleanup, and that's something I really wanted to touch on today. The difference between energy and other things. Because a lot of people, especially if you're into the woo-woo type stuff, they forget about energy. They forget that everything's energy. So, I love that, Tracy. What do you and your kids like to do? Bev. Go, Bev. I hope my chewing isn't like, ugh. Go the boundaries. I literally did a post on that yesterday. I don't know whether you saw it. But I had a young girl just starting out in the world, you know what I mean? First love, all that type of stuff. And I was really proud of her, actually. She's only like in her early 20s and stuff, but she's got a partner, a little bit immature, but she had to set a boundary. So, oh, Bev, if you don't follow my Instagram and, so I just got a message. If you don't follow my Instagram and my Facebook, I do reels and stuff over there as it comes up. So I literally just did a thing on boundaries. Anyway, this young girl, very mature for her age, she set a boundary with her boyfriend. And, of course, he didn't like the boundary, so he decided to, you know, reverse it and try to use it against her and called her names and said she was the crazy one and that she's got issues and it's all her fault and la, 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 la. And obviously she's in two worlds because she loves the dude, but then she's kind of in her element going, no, I deserve better. She was in that in-between world kind of thing. So I love the fact that, so I did a reel on it yesterday because I've been a byproduct of that as well. So good on you for boundaries. And it's always, every time I jump on here, they want me to do energy healing. So if I do this, if you see me do this in my lives or my videos or anything like that, this is like me not thinking, just sending energy out there for you to receive. Oh, thank you, KM. I appreciate that. Just turned 50. 50, frisky 50. Trying to look after the but I appreciate your compliment. So, hello, Gay. So good to see you. Maybe I'm picking the wrong times of the day to do lives and stuff. Everyone's up early. Oh, thank you. I like to say it's the German blood. Yeah. And it's so funny because my parents always looked really young as well. And every time my dad would drop us off at school or pick us up from a party or something like that, everyone used to think that was our boyfriend. Used to think he was my boyfriend. I was like, no, that's my dad. Dad, go away. You're ruining my chances of getting a snog. So funny. Yeah. I have a team of psychics. We deal with supernatural entities. Do you? No, I don't do that. No, I'm a little Lone Ranger. My forte is personal development, law of attraction, alchemizing energy, all that sort of stuff. Don't work with entities whatsoever. But tell me more about what you do if you like. Same, eh, Bev? I don't think I'm going to be able to eat and chat at the same time. Maybe I'll just have to have this after. But yeah. So great to connect with you all. After this, maybe I'll do one while you guys are here because one thing I really wanted to touch on today, especially, hello, Lisa. How are you? So good to see you all here. I just wanted to make myself available if someone has a question. If someone is, because there's a lot of people in between worlds, they're in their spiritual ascension, they're going through massive changes and stuff, they're having to leave ego behind, and it's a really tricky process. So, the Tammy, hello. We have some motion detection sensors and instruments to get with those energies. Oh, I love watching all those types of things. I love watching it. Obviously, I use all my four clairs. So I'm clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairaudient, and clairsentient. So I use all my four. I can feel and sense them, so to speak. But yeah, obviously, you probably know it's a space that you have to be very, very careful, very, very careful, because if your energy is not good, or anyone around you's energy not good, you can get attachments. That energy can influence your energy. So I do hope that you look after yourself while you're doing it, even though it's fun. I love watching it. Oh, I got a massive ringing in my left ear right now. So yeah. So the topic I wanted to talk about as we all have a bit of a chat and stuff like that is about energy. I don't sort of I have had to learn to understand energy through my own education. So I'm not a physicist. I haven't gone into the nitty gritties of science and vibration and quantums and all that sort of stuff. I just know that energy is real and energy doesn't lie. And for me, the energy is usually very sensory based. So I noticed my first experience, I've always been very sensitive and I've been very empathic. And I remember when I think I was about 6 or 7, we went on school holidays, and we went to a bakery, and I sat there on a bakery chair, and I just started crying. And my dad sort of said to me, "Oh, what are you crying for? We're on holiday. You just better get a pie and shit, What are you crying about?" And I don't know. But it turns out, hey, Yasmin, so good to see ya. But it turns out that because I'm so sensitive with energy, I was picking up on the energy of the person that was sitting in the chair before me. So because I was picking up on that energy, I was picking up on their thoughts. I was picking up on their emotions and all that sort of stuff. So that's where my journey started, and that's all I ever know. I don't know what it's like to be normal. I don't know what it's like to not have these gifts and these abilities and stuff like that. So a lot of people, I really want to bring awareness in 2026 about energy. Working with energy and doing energy readings and being an alchemist and shifting energy and all that sort of stuff, that's a lot different to just tarot reading or mediumship per se. Everything has its place, and everyone's got their own forte, and everyone's got their own niche, and it's up to themselves to keep themselves spiritually aware and awake and clean. Spiritual hygiene, number one on the list. But what I do as an energy reader and healer is a lot different to, what other people do. It's actually still really hard for me to define because it's just who I am. It's just what I do. That's why everybody always says, "Oh, you just got such a beautiful energy. Oh, I just want to, and then I have talk to me on my head. Everyone just wants to talk to me, and energetically they're drawn towards me for some particular reason. And I'm pretty good at it now. I've been doing this for over 35 years. So I mostly, unless it's for my own life lesson, because I'm still here to learn my own lessons, I don't know everything. And sometimes I get it wrong. If you see all the traumas and all the shit I've been through, you think, "God, she's psychic. She should know that's coming." But I'm still here for my own growth and expansion and life lessons through my own choices and decisions as well. So definitely feeling a change lately. I have started a new job end of last year. Leaving the stressful job has brought me so much new energy and calm. I love that game. I absolutely love that. And honestly, I don't lure people into a false sense of security. I don't piss in people's pockets and tell them, piss on their back and tell them it's raining, like Judge Judy said. I do take my work very seriously because I am messing with people's lives at the end of the day, because I know what it's like to be at the bottom end of the barrel and have no one to turn to. And you think, "Oh, that psychic will fix something for me," or "that healer will fix something for me," or a psychologist, they'll fix something for me. And you turn to certain sources. And I'm very, very passionate about educating and getting people to be mindful of the practitioners and the facilitators that they actually choose. It is never a judgment and condition, because like will always attract like. And 9 times out of 10, I have seen and believe that you always get something from someone. But if people are dabbling in this kind of industry, which is all based on intention, which is based on, a holistic person's health and well-being, so it's psychological, it's emotional, it's physical, you need to know that they know what they're doing. You really do. I've seen so many people walk away from sessions, especially when it comes to healing, like Reiki and stuff like that. And I've experienced myself, because I put myself through a little bit of a test back in the day. I've walked away from sessions, and at the time I'm like, "Whoa, they did a fantastic job. They were amazing. God, I love that. Oh, I feel so good," and all that sort of stuff. And then about maybe 12 to 24 hours, I end up feeling worse than before I went in there. So I always sit with spirit. I sat with spirit and I questioned them, and I said, "What the hell is that about? What the hell is that about?" And basically, in human terms, what they said to me was, "You got to lay there. You got to lay there for an hour or however long it took. You got to quieten your mind. You got to listen to beautiful music. You got someone else's intention placed upon you. It's nice. It's relaxing. And of course, you're going to get up and go, oh my God, I feel amazing. Here's $100,000 and thank you so much. I'm healed now. But what I found is because the actual energy worker, Reiki practitioner, there's no judgment on anyone. If you do a good job, you do a good job. If you don't, this could be a wake-up call. What I found is they actually projected their energy onto me. So the feeling that I was feeling empathically and in my vessel was actually their projection on me from their unhealed stuff and that. So you've got to be really, really, really careful when it comes to who you trust. And I am, especially after the phone call I had last night, you may, if you follow my social medias, you may have seen my story. And I am extremely passionate about mental health. Mental health runs in my family as well. I do believe it's because my family are very spiritual and very connected to source and stuff, except only myself got educated on it and used it to empower my life rather than it, do otherwise. But every single family member of mine has tried to end their own life. Every single one. My brother succeeded 4 years ago. But because my other family members resisted going with their own growth and spiritual ascension and using their gifts and all that sort of stuff, they got chronically ill and subsequently have passed away early or whatever. So I take this very seriously. And where was I even going with that story? Yeah, I take this very seriously. So if you do come to me and stuff, please know that even though I'm sitting here in front of you in the physical form, vibrationally and energetically, I'm actually connected to source, and it's like a triangle. So I'm just a filter. I do the energetic hygiene, the spiritual hygiene. So I prepare my energy beforehand. I remove my ego out of everything. I obviously facilitate whatever you need, so to speak. Spirit always give you what you need, not always what you want. So I will always give you what you need, and what we need changes all the time. So that's why I have repeat customers. I've got some customers that have been coming to me for like 25 years. But you'll get what you need. It's up to you to walk away and do what you wish with that information, and what you apply to your life and stuff like that. But oh shit, I keep losing my tangents. I'm trying to focus on what you're saying, and then I'm trying to what I say. Yeah, but if you are having a facilitation or you're meeting with a practitioner, you should always walk away feeling better and being able to maintain that in some way. You shouldn't be feeling like this and then have a massive dip and not be able to get yourself out of that hole. Oh, because obviously I am recovering from CPTSD. This is where I was originally going. And that's no shame. That's no shame. I don't feel embarrassed by that. When I actually got to the diagnosis or the title, it actually made me feel better, because all my life, because of my abilities, because of my kindness, because of my lack of boundaries, because of who I am as a person, I will go above and beyond for humanity. I'm a natural born humanitarian. Obviously, I met with the dark. So I've met with people, users, abusers, manipulators, all that sort of stuff. You trust me, I know it all. That unfortunately, from a very young age, shaped my identity in some type of way, and that's what I'm healing from. So I take mental health very, very seriously. I once again had a conversation last night with a gentleman who was about to do something that there's no return ticket for. He did a Google search and found me. Oh, my little Siri thing just went off. Interesting. Anyway, so I kindly helped this guy, and the grief that his ex was putting him through was absolutely diabolical. And it obviously triggered my protectiveness, my defense and stuff like that. And basically what this little witch was doing was basically using his PTSD from childhood and stuff against him, turning family, friends, community members, all that sort of stuff, putting him on blast on social media, running him to the ground and all that sort of stuff. And last night he was at breaking point, absolute breaking point. And he is honestly the most loving, kindest, beautiful, doting father. Like on a soul level, this energy was absolute, just a beautiful being. And I'm glad I got the opportunity to remind him of that. And because Soul always knows, I'm sure he knew that I knew and we all knew, and that was all good. And hopefully he's not going to do what he had set out to do. But yeah, if you see me have a bit of a rant on my pages and that, it's because I'm a huge advocate for mental health, and I'm a huge advocate for health and wellness in this industry, hugely. I don't suffer fools lightly. People say, hey, you're so rude and you're so meh and all that sort of stuff. No, I'm just resilient. I'm just resilient. And my mum, before she passed, she always said, please, Dan, please keep doing what you do and please look out for the underdog. So I like to give a voice to those who feel they don't have one. I know what it feels like to not be seen, to not be validated, to be called crazy, to be called names all under the sun, to be treated with disrespect, to not have boundaries, to all that. I know what it's like. And I'm on the other side of that now. So if I can help somebody in any particular way through spirit, like I say, I'm not textbook taught. I channel through spirit. I just higher perspectives, because my soul meets your soul. So please know that when I say I'm reading energy, I'm not reading your mind, even though sometimes I can pick things up. I'm actually reading your energy. It can be things that are attached to you. It can be thoughts that you're addicted to. It can be could be anything. Could be anything because energy is fluid. Could be anything. So just because someone's out there reading tarot, just because someone is a facilitator or something like that, please do your research, because it takes a lot of time and experience and discipline to work in this industry, especially when a lot of people are charging exorbitant amounts. So just make sure they're not selling you a daydream, taking your money and then giving you a nightmare. Then you have to go somewhere else to get messy. Anyway, I'd like to call myself normal. I am. I have the same ups and downs and shit. With my new job, I start later in the day, so I have time to enjoy the morning and spend time outside and what a perfect manifestation, Kay. I love that for you. I did a collective reading Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. I do collective readings at the end of every week. So that's for the collective, but I do daily check-ins on my Facebook and my Instagram if you want to check them out. I actually see a lot of spiritual people's personal mental health coming through on what they post. It's interesting what you can actually pick up on. Oh, absolutely, Gay. Absolutely. It can be a projection. And I get accused of that all the time. You know, you're sending subliminal messages, you're exposing yourself, you're doing that. And like, I don't have to justify whatever myself anymore. But it's like, no, I've just been there, done that, got the T-shirt and alchemized it. And now I'm helping those who, you know, maybe going through the same thing, because like attracts like. Like attracts like. Do you think a house can bring you down with its energy? Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything in life's energy. This is energy. Everything's energy. Everything's energy. So house cleansings, very important. Raising frequency in your home through music and play and dance and cheer, that can shift it. Opening up all your doors and windows and allowing the natural flow of Mother Gaia through. Bringing outside elements into your home can shift it as well. Always ask for permission before you take anything from Mother Gaia. But 9 times out of 10, they're not going to say no. But always ask for permission. But at the end of the day, the most important thing to remember is everything's energy and everything's intention. So I remember back in the day when I joined the Psychic Guild, I love that place. But there were so many rules out there. There were so many rules. There was people out there saying, oh, you've got to use this for that and do it this way and do it that way and all that. And yes, there are sort of specific ways to do things. But Spirit said to me, I remember going for a walk one day. I think I was walking on the beach or just like at Redcliffe somewhere. And I remember walking and stuff like that because I just asked Spirit in my mind. And they basically said, if you were to walk along a river's edge and you were to pick up a pebble and you got this energetic, you know it, you feel it in your clairsentience, you pick up this pebble and you sit there and you go, I set the intention for this stone to heal me. I set the intention that I am protected. I don't like using the word protected, but I'm shielded by using this stone and all that sort of stuff. And you believe it. You absolutely believe it. Then you pop it in your pocket and you watch. Within days, you go, whoa, that was a near miss, or, oh my God, I was on the right side of the road. That didn't happen, and all that sort of stuff. It was the intention that you set into the rock. So I'm not saying that all things don't have their healing properties, but me personally, I work with intention and with energy. And I'm a firm believer that what you put out there vibrationally through your frequency is what you get back. No ifs, no buts. So if you're out there, you've had something untoward happen to you, some form of injustice, and you feel like it's in your God-given right to go and get revenge, be spiteful, try to manipulate energies, try to get things to go your way and all that sort of stuff. It may work for a little while, but like attracts like, it will be turned around and it will be done to you, or you'll get a physical illness, or you'll lose a possession that you need. Something will happen. It always comes round. So this is why it's important to live as honestly and as transparently and as authentically and in self-forgiveness when you may make a choice or decision that, probably wasn't the best one. And obviously the forgiveness of others, that's a big process. That's a big process on its own. So yeah, a house definitely can bring you down. Even your car, even your office. So that's why regular cleansing is really, really important. That poor man, I'm going through the same with my ex and his family. I've had my Facebook and Instagram account shut down and I'm innocent. I'm not suicidal though. Oh, thank God, Yasmin. My guidance for you, darling, is, I know this is going to sound really cliche, but in human words, there's no other way to do it. We need to shift our focus because there's a heavy focus at the moment of what they're doing to you rather than you fully focusing on the fact that you have the power to shift this and to change this and to alchemize what this is. And I know what it's like. I've been down that depressive hole where I thought with all the skills now that I have and I'm struggling, holy moly. But they just said for you to wipe your energetic slate clean. So it's our life and our process and our healing and stuff like that is actually a really big journey. So it's hey Wendy, if I could encourage everyone right now, and I've been saying it for the last month or two, especially over my dailies in the collective and stuff, you've got to come back to yourself. You've got to come back to yourself, because I cannot, I wish I could film it sometimes. It's not until you sort of sit with yourself in the quiet, express the emotion through the tear, the anger, the frustration, the annoyance, make it about you for a little while. Like, really make it about you. Leave them out of it. They were merely catalysts. They were showing you something. And the only reason why they have so much power and control over your life, to the point that you're losing social media, or the fact that you have to abandon yourself, or the fact that you have to, not live your life, is because of your focus on their presence, if that makes sense. And I know it's not easy. I'm glad you're working on it. I'm glad you're working on it. But just overall, for everybody right now, what you focus upon manifests. It really, really does. So, hello, Lime. How are you? So, I know it's not easy. I still have my waves of wanting to go back, and I have to go to a psychologist and that now myself, because my human brain, my spiritual self knows. So that's what's pulling me through. But my human brain just can't understand it. And spirit say, it's not yours to understand. It's not yours to understand. And I'm like, oh, I want to understand. Because I'm curious too. I'm curious about understanding in that, but I don't understand. I don't understand how people can treat others the way that they treat them. I don't understand. I don't understand the cruelty, and this is. I mean, it's very human. It's very human, you know. I love that line. Well, thanks for listening. That's what I come here for. That's what I come here for. I would have been just sitting here having my brekkie, doing my thing anyway, and I don't know when you jumped on. I love you too, Bev. Oh, good morning, Denise. I don't know what part you guys jumped on, but I was just saying at the beginning, my focus for this year is on service, and I got very burnt out, very worn out from, I was efforting too much to get spirits information out there and stuff like that. So I surrendered about 2 weeks just before the New Year's and stuff. I went through my own bit of a dark night of the soul and really went within and stuff like that. And I just surrendered so much. I surrendered the need to control outcomes because of my PTSD and the fact that I'm highly sensitive and stuff, and I can feel energy and all that. I did get into a bit of control because I was trying to protect myself. And that's not healthy, because then my nervous system got dysregulated, and then I've got an autoimmune condition, it flared up, and then life just went pear-shaped. And it's actually funny, because every time my life went pear-shaped, that's when I got all my clients. And that just shows you how like attracts like. I'm not saying the clients come to me all broken and stuff like that, but when I feel good and when I feel empowered and when I'm, literally on top of my game and that, my client list goes quiet. So go figure. Go figure. So my intention this year is to surrender it. I'm just going to say, the better I feel, the better I get, universe, even if I don't get clients per se, because this is my business, this is what feeds my family and stuff like that. Even if I don't get the clients and that, I trust you. I believe you. I'll show up if you show up for me. And that has started to happen. We're only like a week in. This started happening a week before the thing. I got unexpected payouts from here, and I got money from over here, and I got gifted things over here. And as soon as I did that surrendering and just went, Jesus, take the wheel. I just started having all these offers and opportunities and stuff coming my way. And it's like, you can't make this shit up. And I think at the end of the day, all I can do is sit here and banter on about it. I don't come on to brag or whatever, but I'm evidence. I'm evidence that you can go through the pits of hell and be on the brink of, and all that sort of stuff, but you can pop out the other side and you can live with trauma. You can live with trauma. Absolutely. Yeah. Hello, Bruce. So yeah. But yeah, now I've got other opportunities. I don't know whether you know, but I'm back on the PTV, Psychic TV Australia lines as well. So if you want me after hours, you can catch me over there every Thursday and Sunday night from 7 till 9 and any time in between. But is there a simple process to protect yourself at work? All right. So the first thing I would say about that is just to go within Wendy and check out the energy that you feel with the word protection, because words are just words, but words are spells as well. If you say, if you tap into your soul and you say, I need to protect myself, that means that your soul and your consciousness and subconsciousness always believes that there's a threat out there to protect yourself from. So me personally, I would shift that I need to protect myself. It's a term used in the spiritual community that is so skew-if. Just be mindful of that energy that you attach with protection, because what will happen is you say, I've got to protect myself from people at work. I've got to protect myself from the animals up the road. I've got to protect myself from all the narcissists in the world. I've got to protect myself. And what you're actually doing is that you're calling in energetically more things to protect yourself from. So next minute there's that wild dog. Next minute there's that narc again. Next minute there's that shitty partner. Next minute there's no money. Next minute there's shitty co-workers. So it's a counterintuitive. So in my big rant, I would say shield yourself. There is absolutely. I will give you my top 3. This is what I do every single day. It's part of my spiritual hygiene. I always wear black tourmaline. I always have black tourmaline on somewhere, whether it's a bracelet. Obviously, I've got my Red Horse in Victoria. I've got my amulet and my bracelet here that I always wear. So you can use crystals as a form of protection. I like to say shielding. Is that okay? I like to shield myself. First thing I do, I wake up every morning and I pre-pave my day. So before I even get out of bed, I set my alarm, and all I do, and this is how simple it is. People make it so hairy and you've got to pay thousands for this shit. You don't have to. I just lay in bed and I just go, oh, today's going to be a great day. Today is going to be a great day. I am really excited to talk to new, fresh, interesting faces today. I'm so excited to get up and nourish and nurture, not nourishing and nurturing myself right now, nourishing my body. It feels so great to be alive. I love that I can listen to this podcast on my drive to work. I really appreciate the fact that I've got a roof over my head. I've got clean, silky sheets, really sensualize life as well. I love that I've got a nice bed to lay in. I get to have a nice shower and I get to refresh myself and put on some nice smelly stuff. And life's just really good to me. Life's so good to me. I'm walking on sunshine. You may even want to turn on some music. You may want to turn the music up and have a little bit of a dance first thing in the morning. If you start your day and make your bed, make your bloody bed. If you start your day, that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. It's just shielding your energy, because energy attracts other energy. But if you wake up each morning and you go, oh, I hit my toe again, I stubbed my toe, nothing's going right for me, oh, another shitty day at work, another crappy, oh, I'm really not looking forward to going there, because Mary's a bitch and Harry's just, I don't know, bonking the boss and getting what he needs that way, and it's so unfair for me and not pay my worth. If you start your day in that way, so it is. So it's about shifting the energy. It's about shifting energy. So yes, pre-pave your day by doing morning rampages, affirmations, gratitude, appreciation. There's 101 things you can do. Some people like to wake up and read a book with a cup of tea. Some people like to go out and go for a walk. It doesn't matter. It's not the activity that's important. It's the intention to only expect positive outcomes for yourself. Shielding sounds better? Awesome. Yeah. I like to shield myself in the morning and cleanse myself at night. So you can do that. Obviously, black tourmaline as well. And it depends on the processes you like to do, but what I've found really beneficial at the moment too is I get sage. So I get sage, I've got a little abalone shell, and I just light a little bit of that, and I just sort of give myself a clearing and a cleansing with that. I'll go around my space quickly. It's obviously too big a space to do the whole lot, like a full cleansing, but especially my work areas and stuff like that, I like to give that a bit of a cleanse. And and what else? This is a tough one for most, but the most crucial one that you can do, and this is an energy that you have to prepay before you actually do, before you get into the workplace. And pick out a few of the troublemakers at your work. Pick out a few troublemakers and stuff like that, and choose to make your workday wonderful for you first. Don't put too much emphasis, focus, worry, concern, time, energy, anything into them. Because life isn't about them or anyone. It's about you. And what you want is that you want to go to work. You want to feel fun. You want to feel frisky. You want to feel like you're making a bit of doula. Oh, is someone being a doula out there? Bit of moolah. You focus on why you're there. Even if it's just for the paycheck, just focus on the paycheck. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. You do that and you watch, they'll fall away. Those people will fall away. They'll go to a different department. They'll quit. They'll get sacked. Something will happen to them and none of it has anything to do with you. Or spirit just won't allow them to come close to you. I've tried it. I used to work for Bunnings. And where I worked was awesome. The people there were awesome. But there were a few loose cannons, as there are everywhere. And I did that practice. I went in, la, 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 and I'm this and I'm that and all that. And all those low vibrational energies, they just couldn't meet me where I was. And it's kind of like sliding doors. I'd walk up that way and they'd go that way. I was probably scared, but anyway. But it's energy. So there's some simple tips for you, Wendy. And if you want to go a little bit further too, you can actually want better for yourself, want to think better for yourself, want to feel better for yourself. And even though these people are exhibiting qualities that aren't probably of a very high vibrational nature, you can actually choose. This is what I choose to do now. I just choose to look at everyone's good bits. So that sentence when you're drunk. I just like to look at people's good bits. So I just got a higher perspective and know that everybody's acting, behaving from a certain version of themselves. And who am I to judge that? You know what I mean? Do I have to participate in it? Do I have to say yes to it? Do I have to give it any of my energy or focus or anything? No. But it brings me a lot of peace to my soul knowing that, nothing's really wrong with them. We don't know anybody's stories. We don't know the reasons why they behave like that, because 9 times out of 10, we are born as sovereign beings. We are here to be fun, frisky, free, prosperous, joyous and all that. And then life beats us up. Life and ego gets in the way and beats us up. So I like to just show compassion now, to give compassion to people. So you can, if you feel like you can, especially if you've sort of processed and alchemized any negative emotion attached to workmates or lovers or friends or anything like that, is just show them compassion, because they obviously don't know any different. And it's not our job to teach them, so to speak. So yeah, I sometimes, especially with the people that have caused extreme trauma in my life, like this isn't just, he broke up with me, he cheated on me and he broke up with me and now I'm really sad type energy. This is trauma. This is repeated blows, years after years after years, trauma. So, where's I going with that now? So, yeah, I hope that helped you. Have a beautiful day, Gay. Have a good day at work. So I hope that helped you, Wendy. Hope that helped you. And thanks so much for asking. Because the thing when it comes to spirit-led information, higher perspective, law of attraction, anything like that, there's only one answer. And that one answer fits into career, fits into money, fits into connections, fits into safety, it fits into every area of your life. So if there is any lack or scarcity, yes, you may specifically find it in one particular area, like money or love or stability and security in homes, you know what I mean? But where everybody is at the moment, right now at 7:45 on a Tuesday morning or Monday night, or wherever you are, where you are right now is a byproduct of the thoughts and the feelings, the actions, the decisions that you have made in the past. It doesn't mean that that's how your future has to be. And that's what I'm really passionate about. That's what I'm really, really passionate about. It doesn't have to be how it is in your current reality. It can and will shift if you change and shift. And it's a solo job. It's a solo job. This is why we have so much codependency issues in this world. You know, this is why mental health is struggling. This is why people are out there taking advantage of people and charging them exorbitant amounts of money and not being able to deliver because they can't deliver. It's an ongoing journey. It's an ongoing process. Yes, there's times where you have to invest in yourself, but there is so much that you can do yourself now. So much. And it doesn't even have to cost you a cent. You know, I was drinking one of these the other day and someone said, oh my God, how do you afford that? And meanwhile, they're over there buying $7, $8, $9 coffees, you know? And this was like $4 from Woolworths or something. So life's a choice. Life's a choice. I remember back in COVID days, or no, when the storm came and bananas went up to like friggin' $10 a kilo or something ridiculous when you used to pay like 49 cents a kilo. And someone said, I think it might have even actually been my brother. I think he was still alive then. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But I remember it clear as day. I'm sitting there and eating my banana, and the 2 bananas cost me like $2.90 or something for 2 bananas. And they're sitting there eating a Snickers bar. And he goes, oh, my God, how can you afford to eat bananas and stuff like that? And I'm sitting there going, that 1 banana just cost me the exact same amount that Snickers cost you. So it's all perspective. It's honestly, life is all perspective, and it depends on how good you want to feel. How good you want to feel. So anyway, thanks for listening. Have a good day. All right. Have a good day, Wendy. Take the information, let us sit, let us put in some action. All right, I will draw, because you guys were kind enough to join me this morning, I will draw some questions. I'll ask some questions. Then I'll have my brekkie, and then I'll channel a message for the collective, which I'll post over on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. But just give me a minute. Give me a minute to just tap out of me for a minute. So thank you all so much for your ongoing support. Just liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all that positive stuff. That's the energy that I read for when I do my collective readings. So I'm not doing it to, get numbers and all that sort of jazz. It's energy. And trust me, if I tapped into the big community, the big space out there, no thanks. No thanks. Nope. So I just like to stick within my little communities. Anyway, all right. Okay, Kylie. Spirit, can you use all my senses safely, securely, and full protection of Kylie and anyone else who quickly asks a question, something you feel they need to know moving forward? Kylie. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. Within the next, I'll go 3 to 6 months because I think your energy is still quite attached to the current one because within yourself, you don't really feel safe, stable, or secure enough to transition into something else. There's something going on that's keeping you bound to where you currently are, something in your belief system anyway, but that's gonna, I just gotta be careful showing the cards because they shadow ban you and stuff. It's a pain in the butt. But you will change. There's a contract. There's a new contract. I want to say 3 to 4 months, but based on your energy, unless you shift it, I will like to go 3 to 6 months, but there's a contract. I feel like you've got 2 passions coming in for you this year. So you may have a brand new job, but you may have a passion project on the side. If not, the role that you're going into may have a duality to it. So there may be that boring paperwork side, but then there's that fun, frisky side to it. But either which way, work's going to pick up and yeah, absolutely. Work is, yeah, victory. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And you can start just, I love money and money loves me. Just start saying that to yourself. Just start saying that to yourself because it really does. There's going to be an increase and you're going to get paid your worth with what this job is. So, yes, very good. So I hope that helped you, Kylie. Oh, thank you for being here, Yasmin. What everybody sees in me is merely a mirror reflection of yourself. So thank you for being here. Like always attracts like, and I love yous. I would love to know about a romantic relationship. I've just started dating a guy and we have really hit it. Oh, Tracy, stop it. Oh, shit's getting hot in here already. It's only 7:50. It's cold before, so I put my thingy on. In Channel Spirit, I get really, really hot. All right, Tracy, let's see. Boundaries. Boundaries, Tracy. Make sure you set boundaries. This is when I receive information and I'm like, how do I deliver this? Because I'm reading energy and I don't want to air your entire laundry, Tracy. All I can say to you is have fun with it. Have fun with it, play with it, but just make sure you set boundaries. There's something about this energy attached to you that may be a little similar from someone from the past. You may have met this person purely as a catalyst for you to set healthy boundaries for yourself. There is definitely someone in your future that has, what an emotional being, like beautiful emotional intelligence, emotionally available, emotional stability, they keep saying, because I feel like the energy that you're calling in for yourself, you're looking more for that emotional connection rather than it being financial, monetary, or anything like that. So you'll either set boundaries with this energy and it will take off, or you'll set boundaries with this person. I don't know how long you've known them for, or you'll set boundaries with this person and as a byproduct of that, they don't like it, they'll tootle off and then you will manifest your king. There's definitely a power couple dynamic coming in for you in 2026. So I'm not saying judge this current energy, stop playing with it, do anything like that, but I'd be very careful. I wouldn't attach myself emotionally to it just yet if I was you. So, yeah. Hope that helped you, Dal. Yep. All right, Denise, is the car I'm looking at the right one for me to purchase? It's not really our job, as you probably know, to answer your questions for you like that, because it's kind of like predicting what a judge is going to say. But let's have a look. Okay, Spirit are showing me my mind eye, like an SUV type car. I feel like it's silver, but I get colours in that wrong because all I get is symbologies. But it's sort of like silver. Are you using this car for work? Denise, are you intending on using this car for work? It's so funny, you're asking about the car and I'm telling her that there's a relationship coming in for you. Yeah, you're asking about the car. You make your own mind up in the car. Trust your own instincts and stuff on that one. But you've got a relationship coming in that's going to offer you stability and security and stuff. So, when I asked about your car, they told me something about using your car for work. So you getting back in the work? Yeah, you definitely get an upgrade. I'm seeing it being silver, so let me know if it does end up being silver. If not, they're probably just shining the sun on it and it's looking all glistening in that, but I'm seeing silver. And I'm seeing it having like leather or vinyl seats, not material, in it as well. Because I feel like I sit in it and I'll either burn my bum or it's really cold on my bum. So it definitely will. Spirit, give Denise a time frame. I'd say within the next 2 to 3 months, just based on the current energy. It's glossy red with black leather seats. The current one. Follow your instincts, doll. Follow your instincts. I'm getting told February, so it might not be this one. Might be a different one. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't help you with this one. Sometimes Spirit won't give me the answers because we can't make everyone's choices and decisions for them. You know what I mean? So I can only show you what they show me and what's possible. So you do what you wish with this one. I keep seeing it being silver. Anyway. Thanks, Tammy. You're probably gone already, but you're welcome, Kylie. Bev, is my son actively trying to move back to me? Bev, Spirit, let's. Oh, we'll say one thing before I get off today, too. Even though everyone's. Yes, you just got to be more positive about it, darling. I know it's easier said than done when you're feeling the absence of it. I really do believe that there's a balancing of the scales that's coming in for you between you and your son. But it's the same theory as what I was talking about before. If you're focused on their absence or it's not happening or it's taking too long or unsure and stuff like that, then it does influence the energetic timeline of it. But you are actually coming into some really good karmic rewards this year. You really, really are. It's kind of like Spirit told me that it'll happen for you when you're as collated and recalibrated as possible. Absolutely. So in the meantime, just focus on your work, focus on your stability and your security and getting amongst really great community members and stuff like that. And absolutely with the sun here. The sun for your son. So yes, the answer is yes. I don't think it's coming home permanently. I just feel reconnection, Bev. Reconnection. So obviously if you're worried about his mental health and he has mental health concerns and there's that trickiness there, Spirit will keep you where you are until you're strong enough. Obviously, there's no connection or you know your own dynamic, but there's a gap there for a reason. There's a gap there for a reason. So if you're not sitting there looking at your son going, you are great, you've got this, you are the most powerful person I know, you are strong, you're resilient, you've got this, I know you can make positive choices for yourself, la, la, la. If you're not their number one cheerleader, then it's going to be very difficult for you to handle the energy that they will come in to you with. I think I remember your story, Bev. It's resonating. I have a lovely day, Denise. Have a good day. Bye, Hunter. Yeah. And don't go too big, like everybody. Don't go too big. Just remember energy's fluid, and we just want to wake up each day and just make things energetically feel a little bit better. We just want to get a little bit more closer to source. We want to get a little bit closer to our soul. We want to get a little bit closer to our own truth. Focus on yourself and everything that is in alignment with that, because like will always attract like. It will come back. It'll come back. It'll cross your reality. Hello, Ratish, all the way from India. I know you're manifesting. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce. Ananda. um, this whole twin flame title stuff is driving me insane. No offense to you. You just asked me an innocent question, and I think there's something better out there for you. But please, for the love of God, everybody, stop attaching yourself to these titles. Twin flames, this, that. Honestly, I know spirituality is evolving. I know it's expanding and all that sort of stuff, but so many people are attaching themselves to these titles, to these sureties, to these words that absolutely have no meaning. Everything in life is energy. If it stays, it's meant to stay. If it goes, it's meant to go. Everything's based on your own choices and decisions, your own frequency. So be very mindful with all these terminologies that are being thrown out at the moment. Sometimes I have to use them in words because I understand that's how the soul's energy can relate. But I see so many people, and I love you, as you know I do. I see so many people stopping and holding out their life in the false sense of belief that they have a twin flame and that they can't be with anybody else but them, and they've got to sit back and wait and pinch themselves off from source and supply and fun and friskiness because someone else may come back because they're a twin flame, and I'll wait 10 years. I'll sacrifice 10 years of my life and my own processes and my own experiences and stuff in the hopes that my twinnie will come back. Oh, no. Sorry. To answer your question, I feel like there's someone better out there for you. But, yeah, don't get attached to these terminologies, please. You know, I think I am his biggest advocate, but still wonder. Thank you. Bev, it could be, I'm not saying you're not your son's advocate, but what I am saying is that if you worry about him or have fear about him or whatever, you're still feeding that less than vibration. Aline's not feeling well. You may have the spiritual flu, darling. May have the spiritual flu. Yeah, you'll get heaps better. Yep, it's because you wouldn't take voluntary rest that your higher self said, have a cold, then you'll have to rest. And I hope you are resting while you have the cold. So they just want me to get out like colouring in pads with you, colouring in books or crosswords or something. They want you to just to relax and recoup just a little bit. Just relax and recoup a little bit because I think you have some really good stuff coming in. At the moment, we're all in the same boat. We want to kick 2026 off with a bang, and it's going to be amazing. But I personally don't feel or see huge things coming in for people unless they're a very master manifester. But till probably around March. Probably around March. So, yeah. So I hope that helped you. You will get better. All right, guys, I love you so much. I have to go because I've got to channel a message for the collective, our daily energetic check-in. So I've been on here for an hour and a bit, and I've enjoyed every moment. Please do subscribe, like, share, do all that positive juju for me if you can. Got to get my day set up for my readings and shiz. So if you want me to come back, leave a message under here. And I'll be back on another next Tuesday morning, if you want me here. I'd love to have it. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.